Hello, once again. Welcome to another Moment to Learn. I am your host, Olawale Benishola, also known as a teacher. I will take you to another learning journey in our subjects of government. Today, we'll be talking about civil service. Follow me as we move on to the next stage of learning. We'll be starting with our lesson objective, meaning of civil service, characteristics of civil service, functions of civil service, we're going to start with meaning of civil service. What is the meaning of civil service? I stated it right here on the screen. Civil service is a part of the executive organ of government, responsible for the formulation and the execution of government policies. This also means that civil service is the part created by the executive organ of government, which makes it possible for the executive arm of government to perform its responsibility in the execution and implementation of government policies, smooth and running of the government, which makes it possible with no hitches. The civil service and its workers are also known as civil servants, perform purely administrative and executive functions, which also contains the formulation and implementation of government policy. Characteristics of civil service: we have the permanence, the neutrality, the anonymity, impartiality, and expertise. Let us start with the permanence. Civil service is permanent. Whatever kind of government comes in or goes out in a country, the civil service is always there to work. They are permanent, they don't move, they are never erased. Neutrality: every civil servant is bound to be neutral to any kind of government, either military or democracy or any kind of political party that comes into power. They must be ready to work with the kind of government that is in power. Anonymity: a civil servant must stay secret, hidden, and must not be open to the public. For example, taking invitation to grant interview to journalists or to face in newspaper or the television to talk to the public is never allowed in the rules of civil service. Impartiality: it is a case of impartiality for a civil servant to be loyal to every kind of government that comes into power. A civil servant is bound to secrecy. That means he or she must be neutral in performing his or her duty without no excuses for supporting an opposition party or an opposition candidate. Expertise: a civil servant is always an expert, is always good in his or her job. Functions of civil service: formulation of policies. Yes, the civil service help the current government to create policies in order for the smooth running of government to move on. Drafting of bills: they are also in charge of creating bills to be passed in the Senate House, which makes it possible for the executive to proceed accordingly in the movement of bills in the legislative arm of government. Advice to the minister and commissioners: the senior civil servants are in charge of advising ministers and commissioners who work directly with the governor or the president. Implementation of government policies. Senior officers supervise the junior civil servants in making sure that every government policy being laid down is being followed accordingly. Keeping of government records and properties. This means that every past record, every property, every liability being owed by the government is being properly kept by the civil servants. Before we stop the lesson for today, let us do a kind of a rundown. We discuss about meaning of civil servants, civil service, which states that they are part of the executive arm of government, which makes it possible for the executive arm of government to have a smooth running of its organ. We also discuss about the characteristics. That's why we have permanence, we have impartiality, we have neutrality, and the rest. Before we move to the function of civil service, formulation of policies, drafting of views, advising the minister, implementation of government policy, and keeping of government records. Thank you for joining us for today's lesson. Please watch, subscribe, and share. It's nice to have you into this lesson again. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.